Gloomy day today. We've had a lot of rain this week. I think there's a rain warning for Vancouver or something. But yeah, we've had quite a bit of rain this week, but honestly, I've kind of loved it. The guests, our Airbnb guests, are still here. They are here for 9 days, and yeah, they've been really nice. They're doing a lot of fishing. I think today they are out fishing, so for most of the day, so I can actually do some filming, which is really good. It's always interesting when guests come to the property and they take a look at the various things that are around the property. I heard about the history of this property when I arrived, and I thought it was really cool, but I don't know if I've ever really talked about the history of this property on this channel. This property was originally built, I don't know the exact years or what year it was built, or but I know it was a long time ago. I think it was 25 plus years ago that it was built, and it was built by an American gentleman by the name of Roger. He, from what I've heard, was in the US Army. He built this place apparently partially to give US vets a place to come. So the room that I'm standing in right now, it is in the main house. This is the canning room. So in this room there are a bunch of canning machines. I don't know what they're called. But this is where they would used to can all the salmon that was caught while they were here. And I actually met someone in Campbell River during COVID when I was staying in Campbell River, and he had told me that the vets also had a large hand in building this place, like welding the dock and building the cabin. So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, so this place has quite a cool history to it, and I always find that walking the guests around the property, just showing them the buildings and stuff, and telling them the things that I heard, it was pretty cool. Another cool thing about this property is a gal that used to be caretaker here. It was many years ago, long before I got here. She actually, her name is, I don't think she'll mind me telling her name because she's quite well known in the off-grid community. Her name is Nikki Van Schindel. And what's interesting is she wrote a book, I believe it was called Becoming Wild. And I read that book so many years ago. And it's basically about her, it's a true story. It's about her living, I think it was on an island, or it was a really remote property, and yeah, I think it was an island because they boated her in. Anyways, this is what I remember from the book. I read it so long ago. It was basically about her living off the land for 2 years, like just right off the land with nothing else. And yeah, so she did it for quite a long time, which is, I remember reading it thinking, oh, I wish I was brave enough to do that. But I know I'm not brave enough to do that. But it was really cool. The book was really cool. But yeah, so she then went on to be a contestant in the show, the reality show Alone. And if I remember correctly, she lasted 52 days, which is pretty impressive. And as luck would have it, last supply run, I tied up my boat and I was just going to get off the boat, and I heard a hello, and it was her, and it was so cool. She the reason she didn't know me, or I don't even think she watches my videos, but the reason why she said hello to me is because I was driving the owner's boat. So the boat that we have here now is the boat that the guy who built the place, it's his old boat. And Nikki was the caretaker here. So she recognized the boat. And anyway, so she recognized the boat and she was just so friendly and nice. So she stopped and said hello to me and asked me who I was. And I told her I was the caretaker. And yeah, and she got my email address, which is so silly. I was pretty happy to give her my email address. But anyways, so yeah, that's another really cool thing about this property is that yeah, it's got some pretty interesting characters who, she's not a character, she's pretty interesting people who were caretakers here. So yeah, I thought that was pretty neat. Today, it's all about wood today. I have to, and I'm hoping I can get Peach outside today. And the guests are away most of the day fishing, but they do come back in 4. So I'm just hoping I catch a time where they're just fully gone so I can get her outside. Peach, yeah, she just wouldn't put up with somebody being on the property. Like if she was off leash and somebody came onto the property, it would not be good. She would, I don't think she wouldn't attack them. She wouldn't attack them. She would just scare the living daylights out of them. She would run at them and probably stop, right before she got to them and just, yeah, really give them the fright of their life. So I wouldn't want anybody to have to deal with that here. So whenever there's guests here, Peach is, she's on leash or she's inside the cabin. But anyways, so today I I split all the wood that we had out to be split. Actually, since then there's been more added, so I gotta get to that next week. But for now, because we're expecting so much rain, I think the wood is dried out enough that I'm gonna put it away, stack it up, and I gotta stack it up beside cabin 1. So yeah, so I'm gonna get that done today. I think I'm also gonna run the ways today. I haven't run it this week yet, so I have to run that once a week, so I think I'll run that today as well. Anyway, so I think I'm gonna get started right away. I want to get that ways run. The guests are still here. I think they're still sleeping, but it's not so noisy that it's gonna wake them up. So it's pretty far from cabin 1. So anyways, I'm blathering on. Anyway, so I'm gonna just get that done first thing.